an exceedingly great army. That's what the enemy fears. They fear the black man and woman standing up like an army of black men that are men and not boys. Say that Farrakhan, we got to stop it. They'll never stop us. The rappers today, the young rappers today, you may not like rap. You may find a lot of fault with it. But rap is the new idiom of communicating ideas to young people. You too old? Then you settle down in your idiom. You had your day. And your thing is your thing. Nobody tried to take your thing from you. So don't try to take rap from the children. We just want the rap to be a righteous rap. I saw Prince Akeem's video. It's time to come correct. One of the most beautiful videos I've seen. I'm proud of my brother. In fact, I'm proud of all of them that will rap consciousness and truth to the youth. So the beat goes on. And the youth are there, you know, they gone. But they're getting the message. They'll never stop this generation. That's why drugs are proliferating in our community. Because they can't control your mind. They've got to get the drug into you. But even if you're dealing with drugs, man, if you let God come into your life, brother, the drug becomes a punk thing. I mean, I'm high all the time, brothers. I just can't help myself. You see how I floated in here tonight, man? I was high as a Georgia pine, man. Shoot. And I don't drink and I don't smoke. But I'm high all the time. I reach some lows sometimes, but I get my fix and I go right back up. I'm fixed, man. It ain't no junkie around here saying, we gotta get Farrakhan his fix. Ain't nobody with no little white girl, no little white powder meeting me. Can't do nothing for me with that. But I'm high, brother. Stay high with the wisdom of God. And every round goes higher and higher. It knows no end. I'm out there now in space. Not spaced out, but out there in space. Don't you say, one of these mornings, I'm gonna get my wings and I'm gonna fly away. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. In that great getting up morning, I'm gonna fly away. You don't know what you're talking about. Man, this white man has created a world. His world is moving so fast. It creates a force that inclines everyone in his world to his world. It's hard to break out. Just like gravity is a force created by the motion of the earth. In order to get out of the pull of gravity, you got to have a rocket projecting you up out of gravity, and you got to have a heat shield, because when you reach the ceiling of gravity, it's fire coming out and more fire coming back in if you fall back. So it is when you reach the ceiling of gravity, when you're coming up out of the white man's world. When you get up, you got to have a rocket to get you out of his world. You can't just lullaby out. And this teaching from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is like a rocket, brother. When he lights that teaching up under you, man, you were dead yesterday, you pop straight up. You out there now, brother. Your rocket is charged. You heading toward the ceiling of gravity. Now that's a dangerous place. Because see, the Bible tells you you're going to meet the devil in the air. not under the ground, the prince of the power of the air. See, white folk ain't down there. They got their little cheap fellas down there working with you because you ain't got up yet. But when you get up, get your wings and get up. When you get to a certain height, you got to meet him because he's there and he's pure fire. But when you got your stuff, you put on the whole armor of God. You got your helmet on. You got your breastplate of salvation. You got your foot shod with the shoes of the gospel. You got the sword of truth. You ready, you dealing now. And you get up to the ceiling of gravity, here comes Satan. But he can't stand, you can. You got him beat. You get on through his fire. And that's the way it is. When you start rising, you start dealing first with your mother, your father, your friends. You come into a knowledge that your mom don't know, your daddy don't know. Maybe your preacher didn't know. Then they get shook up when you share it with them. And then they say, oh no, can't be right. Then your family start beating you down. You got to have your wings, man. You got to have your rocket strong, brother. Now you're rolling. But you got to get past mama. You got to get past daddy. Mama said, boy, you done down there with that Farrakhan? You done gone crazy. If you don't get away from that man, don't you... And then you get weak in your knees, you know what I mean? Oh, ma, all right, ma, I ain't going there no more. Well, you just punked out. Your rocket went out. You fizzled out, fell on back to the earth. You laid there like a Scud missile. Spent. He shot his Patriot up and got you. You ain't gonna meet the real devil. You ain't got high enough yet. You got to get past your friends. Hey man, what's this? You cleaning up? Hey man, what's wrong with you? You don't want to light up, man? I got the pipe. I got the pipe. You don't want no reefer no more? What's wrong with you, girl? See, you got to get past that. See, you put on a righteous garment, somebody mock you. What is that, my Aunt Jemima clothes you got on, baby? What is that you got on your head? They start laughing at you. See, and then you can't take it. Next thing you know, you back in your tight jeans again. Hey, now baby, you got some sense. Right back where you wanted to be. And fell right back down. For what? You ain't got your rocket ready. Man, when I came up, I went to my mother. I said, Mom, you taught me all my life. I want you to be quiet and listen to me. She was laying in the bed. I sat by the bed. I said, Mom, you just listen to me for a minute now. And I taught her. For about an hour and a half, I ran John Hawkins' history down to her. Opened up the Bible and went to showing her what I had learned. I said, what you think, Ma? She said, sounds pretty good, son. I'll have to check it out. I said, well, that's all right. She didn't fight me, but if she had, she know I'm that kind of son that I don't care what you do. Once I got my mind made up on something, you have to have something to get me because I'm going straight ahead. I met my friends. They said the nigga went crazy. They said the nigga was headed for Broadway. They had a Broadway show for me and all this kind of stuff. I put it all down. I said, nigga, what's wrong with you? I had a record on the hit parade, Calypso hit parade, for 5 years, man, straight. I'm out of the business and it's still in the hit parade. This is the truth. And all my friends said, man, this nigga was gonna make some money. This nigga's crazy. And you see this nigga, he's out there selling papers, man. I didn't mind. I took it, man. I took it. And kept on growing, kept on growing. IRS called me. Come down, we need to talk to you. I went to the IRS. They said, well, we haven't any tax for you. I said, yes, sir, that's true.